Have you clicked go live?
Yes. Hello. Let's
see if it's.
Let's check.
Because there's no internet at home.
What?
Apparently, there's no internet at home. Well, no, there's no internet on Dad's computer.
Which is connected directly by cable to the modem.
Maybe the cable's dead because.
Yeah, I had internet before.
It's
Yay, it worked.
It's very slow, but we're here.
It worked. Pin it to featured with the 3 dots.
Oh.
Right, pajamas when they're ready.
1 minute. Right. Hello, everyone. Woo. We are here. Woo. Let's get started. We're only a few minutes late. Better than what I thought we'd be. I thought we'd be starting off at like 7:20 tonight. So I'm calling this a win. Hi, Di. So, let's see. Tonight we've got frogs, as some of you might know if you're watching our Super Weekend. If you're missing any Super Weekend classes, they're all up and ready to watch on our website. We also have all of the kits and everything, so definitely. So this was our class last week. Now, because we weren't so into it, and I kind of just ignored every instinct of mine going like, the spine, don't do it. We now have to do a little bit of spine work because we're starting to get that crocodile feeling.
Can we use cat image to do the spine? Because I have a volunteer.
Unfortunately, no. That would be against the RSPCA rules. And I like Madeline. She warms up my bed. Hello, Deborah and Debbie and Debbie. Oh, it's a Dina and Dee and Diana. It is. It's all D's. Woo! And hello to everyone who's watching this later. So, yeah, we're going to do a bit of... So, as you can see, because this is fairly raised, we're starting to get... I'm going to try and show you an indent, so it's harder to paint here. And if we flip all the way to, like, here, see how it doesn't really make it... I'm trying to show you, but I don't think I am showing you very well. The less area you can paint on becomes more and more and more. It's like the area that you can paint on here, it changes because of the sewing. Anyway, trying to explain. I'm not doing a very good job, but we're going to do spine work. However, we've got froggies to make our spine work look beautiful. So we've got several froggies. They're all up online. I had this idea to do the multiple frogs of lily pads, so we might stick away from our half-page ones, even though they look super cool, and our full-page ones, which, to be honest, you could use this on Scrapbook page, because you could have that one there and a photo, which would be very helpful for some of us Queenslanders. I don't know if you guys get this down south, but when you go camping here, quite often enough, you'll go camping somewhere and there'll be a frog in a public toilet somewhere. And, like, I think it's just tradition. 95% of the camps I went to, in the public toilets, there was a frog. It was, like, the residential frog. Which freaks you out when you had to go to the toilet at nighttime. It was like, oh my gosh, frog. But yes, so I don't know if that happens anywhere else or if it's just like a Central Queensland thing, but it definitely happens here. Oh, here's the ones I'm thinking of. The little ATC fronts. We could use these ones, and then we can have lots of little lily pads, and they could be sitting on the lily pads, maybe. Oh, hello, Brownie. So, yeah, just... because we've got, like, 2 different type ones. So we've got these which are quite small, or we could do these ones. Let's just remove the excess because we've got a lot of rice paper on here. Oh, hello, Karen. I'm ready for frogs. So am I, Karen. So am I. Today has been long, arduous, and not everything I hoped for. But anyway, here we go. So we've got a few frogs to choose from. Which size are we thinking? Small or big? We probably want to... We've got to do a lot of work on the spine. I'm not going to joke you. It's going to take a little bit of effort most of our time. So we might actually choose one of these bigger ones here. And do our lily pads quite big. And then go and do the small ones. They come separate. And it's just because then you get to pick and choose which ones you want. So, you know, you might like your froggies with crowns. Or you might like your froggies with no crowns. Up to you. But they do come separate. So we might put those ones away. And while we decide on crowns or no crowns, I do like the crown idea. Just as a heads up. I am a princess chick. I love princess movies. It's just me. I have passed it on to my little sister as well. Card front. Yeah, I reckon card front. Because we can do some really cool stuff with lily pads and stuff. But first we definitely have to come in. And I'm just seeing how much it's going to take to really get our spine fixed as such. And I think it's going to take 2 pages of us coming in and removing a certain part of it. So we can keep these 2 pages. That's fine. However, the bit where we've got the most problem is this 1 centimeter bit. It's where we've got the hair really thick right here. Where these 2 lay on top of each other. That's the bit that we currently have the problem with. This edge bit, not a problem. We can condense that really well because it's right on the edge and the ribbons can kind of float that way because we didn't 100% stick them down everywhere because we wanted them to be floaty like mermaids. Whereas the problem we've got here is this bit because it can't go anywhere. It's stuck on the spine point here. So it's too close to the spine for us to really fix. And as you can see, it's affecting the fold there. So just coming in, and I think 2 pages will do the trick if we remove the middle. But we are doing a frog page, as we all know. And we want it to be like froggy related. So let's come in and do some fun stuff to remove our bits that we need to remove to get our spine back together. I did something quite similar to this where we had to do some spine work and I cut a frame out. And I did that. By cutting out that bit, we were able to fix the problem that we had created. I think it was in 2022 maybe. Where we had the, where I showed you how to do some spine fixing. Last time around, I've been pretty careful since then, I won't lie. It's not my funnest thing to do. Like, it's not something that I'm like, oh, I am excited to. I will fully admit to that. But it's definitely something that we can do. So I'm just going to remove some circles. Because these are going to be crucial to our stepping stone points. So, I've got my circle templates from my mum. And I've got a 5-inch, a 4.5, a 3.5, a 3, and a 2.5. So like none of them exceed the size of our page at all. The 5 is getting pretty close. But what we want to make sure we do is we want to make sure we come in and we remove the majority of these 2 pages. That is what we are really trying, the majority of these 2 pages, that is what we are really trying to do. We want to remove the majority of the weight and really around the spine area here. It's crucial that we do this or else once we get to here, we won't be able to paint in our art journal anymore. So we're going to come in and do this for the good of the book. And let's grab a pencil. Always a bit harder once I say it. And I think this side pencil has enough sharpening in it. Yes, rightio. So just going to come in and I'm going to trace my circle and I'm really focusing on that spine area like I was saying. And just trying to get... So we've got it that it still connects to the page. It's important that you keep this border here or else the page is just going to fall out, obviously. But really get it so then it, you know, becomes... So the bit that we're going to cut out is that bit there. Or we could do really funky and is that bit, because we need to remove, especially on this page here, we need to remove a fair chunk. And then if we come in, do that one there, and let's now come over here. And there's going to be like peekaboo holes. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. That's really good. So we've got the majority of the pages are going to come out, which is nice, because this is the side that needed the most to come out of it, and we still needed a little bit around this area here to come out, which we've got that good and covered. Now, before we come out, because when we cut these are going to be like peekaboo holes on these two sides. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to paint it to be nice and bright, or, hear me out, we could paint it so then it's like a dark bluey color or purpley color like this one here, so then the frogs really stand out. It's up to you guys on what you want. We can do like the high contrast where we've got like the really dark type theme. We can even do a little bit galaxy with some flicks, or we can do it nice and bright like our froggies. But yeah, so the idea is that once we have the holes cut, we're going to slide our frogs into place, and they're going to be peekabooing through the holes. Dark purple, you reckon? I reckon so too. And if we do some flicks of maybe gold or white, really accent these colors. I have gone for the one with the crown, I've just realized. It is one of those moments, I guess. I feel like the crown's going to win this one. I'm sorry. I do like the froggies with little star hats. Although this one here is cool with the rainbow. I don't know. We will decide soon. But dark purple, you guys reckon? Okay, let's get out our dark purple, which I don't actually have over the side. 1 second. Hold 1 minute, please. Yes, Lord. There we go. So we've got our white, and I feel like I've got some gold over here, or actually, this ochre color would be nice, I reckon, because it matches our a bit better. Right here. Here we go.
Oh,
We're doing some spine work, so we've got to remove some of the paper.
what do you mean remove it?
Well, we're going to remove like the edges of these ones, so then this bit doesn't affect the rest of the journal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See? So let's come in. I've got 2 purples. I've got the dimensional acrylic, which, oh, that is a very dark violet. And just the general acrylic purple. And I thought we could mix them together and get like a nice darky tone. Get a nice little gradient going. So let's just come in with our paintbrush. I don't have any water on it just yet. I might put a little bit of water on it just so then we can spread that paint out a bit. And then come in. I still want to be able to see where I've got those lead pencil lines. Don't think that's going to be the case because I've chosen a very dark colour. We might have to go over it again. Really coming in there and spreading that paint with that water. There we go. Oh, hello, Helen. So just coming in and really spreading out that colour. I think I might have to put a bit more down.
Have you seen my dressing gown?
I honestly thought it was in your bed.
It was.
You've checked Noah's not wearing it, right?
Yes, he's not wearing it, but I better look. He's not wearing it as like a black rug or something.
Check his bed. Noah has a habit of wearing other people's dressing gowns, even though he owns like 3 of his own. There we go. I definitely think we're going to have to come back in and redraw our lead lines, but that's okay. It's good so then you guys could visualize what our peeky holes were going to look like. We'll go and just really coming in there with that purple. Getting the last few bits on there. And then let's just try and remove where we can see where the strokes are. So just adding a little bit more water to our paintbrush and coming in. Look at that. There. Woo! So let's just heat this one. Move those paint tubes so then we don't heat those accidentally. That edge there. Well, don't be. You'll see how it works. Don't worry. Promise to show you each step. So let's just come back in now that our page is dry. Well, don't mind that. That's where I moved a bit of paint earlier. Just grab this. I don't know if our lead pencil is going to be the right color now. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so we can kind of see where we're going. Okay, there we go. And then come in there. Now let's add and then once we've drawn the lines, we're just going to come in with our scissors now. And cut out our circles as best as possible. And we'll put these bits in our scraps or in our stash to use later. Go, and then let's come in and quickly cut out. So I've done the ones on the edges because they're the easier ones to do. But now we're going to come and do the acrylics added a bit of extra boost to it. Going to do the ones in the center of the page now. And as I go, as you can see, I'm moving the art journal as I go around. I'm not just moving my scissors. There we go. So there's 1, 2. There we go. I'm just coming in. Okay, there we go. So there's that one so far. Okay, just rip it off. We're just coming in and we're getting it as close to the spine as we can when we remove the paper. There we go. So we did remove a little bit on that side, but that's okay. And just coming in and really getting as close as we can to the spine with removing that piece. There we go. So we really are removing the damage we've created. It's quite simple. And we're going to make a beautiful art piece out of it now. Or a beautiful journal page. So let's just put those ones over here. We're going to do that. We're adding in our frog. So let's just come in with our paintbrush. And feather out our froggies. Because as you can see, we'll have like that one there. We're going to have like this one here. I've been silly. Coming in sideways. And we've got this bit here. And then that one. Maybe if we have him actually coming in upside down like silliness over here. And this one here coming in from the side again. And we could also do here is what we might do first is we might grab some yellow and some bright pink and some orange And just come in and cover these pages first with that color on, especially on some of these areas here. After we glue it down. So we'll glue down our rice paper first, and then we'll come and blend out our edges and then stick down our little pickaboos. So what we might do is we might actually just come in and tighten up some of our excess on these little bits. So just placing the water down with the circles down and then lifting it up and blending it out. So it's a bit of an excess. And then we can come in here. Of that excess, and then this bit here in there, and then let's just lift up our froggy here, and we want to go about there, just feathering out our bits so we have all this excess. And we can check where those ones are going to be, and then just come in, lay down a strip of water, feather him out, so then he just sits nice and perfectly in his little spot there. Now let's go for a little king frog here. So we come in, rub our water down. Yes, little frog's being fun. Just come get rid of this white edge bit now. And then, so let's just remove this piece and come remove our margin first. There we go. And stick him down. Yeah. Lift up. Be removed there. Peel. Stick back down. And now, last but not least, so I'm just removing the little scraps I've got on my desk. We've got this lovely frog. So let's just remove his white margins as well by running water down. You can just use, like I'm just using a regular brush. It's a nice and thin one. Oh, hello, Kathy. Very chilly Melbourne. Oh, I can imagine. Well, we normally go down for Melbourne late August, so not this year though, which is quite nice. Yes, we're going to use the sections we've just removed to also layer up. So let's just come in. Oh, wrong end of the paintbrush. Bit of a moment there. That wouldn't have worked particularly well. And because we are going to come and add paint to it, we're going to blend out the difference in the rice papers here. So don't worry too much. It's just about getting a bit more of it solid. Here we go. So we come and put that piece in there. Like so. Well, we're trying at least. And then just blend out what we don't need on that one as well, which is this bit. And this piece. Just doing some builder sing bits, you know. And I'll lift it up before we stick it down so then you guys can see in full detail what we've done. Just removing the margin on that one as well. Lifting up. Placing down. Down. Right. I think we're looking pretty snazzy. Let's look at that there. So that there is our peekaboos. So we're going to come in, we're going to glue them down. And then we're just going to blend out, because where we've got these bits of rice paper coming over, you can kind of see the edges. So we're just going to grab a little bit of paint, blend them out a little bit, do some flicking on top, and then maybe even ink these circle edges with just a bit of white or a bit of this yellow here. So then, you know, it kind of blends in a little bit. Oh, hi, Karis. That's okay. Thank you. So yeah, look at that. A cute little page, and we're fixing the spine damage that we did last week. Ah, 2 in 1. So let's get out our gel medium. That tube's nearly empty. We may be using Mum's tube, so she has them right next to where I sit or slash stand when I create. So pull her, maybe? Nah. Okay, so I'll put that one there. And we'll just come in and we'll do one page at a time. So let's just put down some gel medium there. Put the tube back, looking puffy as ever. There we go. Put some glue down where we're going to put our rice paper. Put some glue on the back. Now, very important that we get this in the right spot. So before we come in and do the glue over top, we just slide them across so then we have them sit where we want them to sit. And then we can come in, put the glue on top. It's a very important step, so then you know. We've got it all. Now this bit here definitely went here. I don't really have to check these bits. I know where they go. Right next to the spine. And glue over top. The rice paper is still wet. I forget that it's now winter, so normally in Gladstone things dry very quickly, so I don't really have to worry about if my feathering has dried on my rice paper, but now I kind of do, so a little bit new for me. Let's come and do our last frog on this page. Oh no. Need to cover that hole fully. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh. So don't press them down too hard. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to sit, not my scissors because that's good, but an empty tube of paint there. Well, a nearly empty tube of paint. So then my page doesn't stick to the glue. Just sit there while I do the other side. And I don't have to worry too much about it. So let's come in. Do you know that? Well, your winter is like 8 months out of our year. Oh, I cannot imagine living in the cold for 8 months. No. I'll fully admit that I am a summer person. I love spring and summer more than anything. I just love the seasons. Don't get me wrong, my hay fever is ridiculous now that I'm an adult. It wasn't as bad when I was a kid. But I don't know what happened. It's like when I turned 21, the hay fever switch happened. Switched on the hay fever, and I have forever had hay fever from then on in. It's definitely been a bit of a moment for me, I guess. So just coming in, and I'm sticking down a few of these at once, and then, yeah, perfect, perfect. It would be very hard to miss the center hole. Not gonna lie. Like, missing the center little peekaboo would be a very hard thing on this page. Probably could do it. Tis all good. I hate the heat and would melt up anyway. Fair enough. Okay, and then let's just come and stick this bit down here. Let's just come and revise. Oh, no. Another paint tube needed. So this is them glued down, minus the paintballs. I'm not going to remove them just yet, though. Because, like, you can see where the gaps are now. Like, you can clearly see where we've got a few gappy points. So what we're actually going to come and do, I think we're going to use the yellow to blend these bits out. It's a nice blended colour. We've got it in with all of our frog pictures there. We're going to sit our glitter paint so that it can rustle either side and lifting our pages while we use the yellow, making sure we don't get it on Mum's circle templates. That would be bad. Actually, let's just remove the circle templates from the desk. Like, let's not get it on there. I'm so over 10. I need to be back on to the high 20s. Luckily, I have not had. Oh, lucky not. Bronny. Oh, what happened there? Okay. Interesting. Right, so let's just come in with our yellow. What we're going to do is we're just going to come in and do some finger smishing. The aim is just so we can see a little bit of yellow in each circle. So the ones that really need it, like the center one, doesn't look lonely or out of place or like it's an afterthought, like we're trying to cover something. Like a hole, you know? So that looks like it was meant to be. See? Meant to be. And then it will also really get our contrast a lot up with the purple in front too. Because yellow is this like sunshine. Breeds happiness. So it looks really like an absolute disaster before we put the purple down. Like it looks disastrous. Even I will fully admit that. But when we put the purple down, look at that. Oh, let's just lift the purple for a minute. Look how amazing that is. So now, let's just come. I'm going to stick him down in a minute. I'm just going to add some yellow to a few spots. Just going to ink the edges of our circles. There we go. Kind of got that ink a little bit too thick, and I've got this one. Oh no. Deary doctor. Right. So while our paint is all wet and everything, let's just come put glue where we don't already have it. Have it or wet paint, and then we'll be good. You can stick them down. Just coming in. If you're uncomfortable with how wet your page has become, that's okay. Let's go and have a bit of a coffee break, and then you can come back. It's all good.
Wow. How are we going over here?
Pretty good.
Oh my goodness, it's purple frogs.
Yep, we fixed our spine problems.
Would you break it?
No, last week the ribbon kind of made our thing a bit of a crocodile. So had to remove some paper.
Remove some paper.
Yeah.
And now you got the frog in the hole.
Yeah, the peekaboos.
Peekaboos.
Peekaboo. There we go. Being really generous with our glue. So we can stick it down. Look at that. Oh, he's all stuck. Yay! And let me just lift him up so they can see. I mean, he looks pretty good. I just want to come with a little bit of watercolor. Without putting it in the yellow paint. A little bit of this orange watercolor, I reckon, will be nice. Just getting it up.
Yeah.
Only getting that orange to play a part. Okay. And there we go. So just adding back in some of those colours. So we don't just have two really dominating colours. And then I do think we just need a little bit of flicking. Not much, just a little bit. So we're just going to grab our fan brush, some of that yellow paint, just wet it, move the watercolours out of the way. And just flick it in a few spots. And I think we're nearly done. Just had a little bit of a thought. We come in with this dark violet. And just with our paintbrush. You just come and add these little simple four brush flowers.
That's good. I'm Dad. Pleased to meet you. My name's Dad. Again, pleased to meet you.
There we go.
I think we might be done now. What do you guys all think? Happy? Yes. We just did that with one rice paper too. Look at that. So, spine work fixed and a cute page to go with it. I could just keep playing. I definitely need to stop though, because it is like perfect. This bit here is like completely unnecessary. Anyway. And then, yeah, well, good. So those froggy rice papers are amazing. So that's our class for tonight. We are back tomorrow in the July class group with my mum, Elisa. She's teaching card making. And then on Wednesday night, it's scrapbooking. I believe we will have a talk session tomorrow night. Not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. If you missed our super weekend on the weekend, we have all of our classes are now available on our main Facebook page and on both Mums and Mine's YouTube channel. Well, some of them are on mine, all of them are on Mum's. And yeah, we hope you have a great and wonderful week. We also have our Friday night live with where you think something very amazing. Retreats are being sent out this week, as you guys know. Well, the last of them. The majority are sent, and yeah, so thank you all for coming and have a wonderful week and a great night. Bye everyone.